in this video, a little bit of a backstory, I guess. I believe it was May 9th, sometime in May of this year. The farmhouse caught on fire. It was an electrical fire. So essentially the house is a write-off according to insurance. I think it could be fixed, but that's not really a battle that I can fight. But long story short, the house is getting torn down in November here, and we're gonna go through it and salvage as much as we can out of it. You know, siding, windows, doors, all that good stuff. Go through some of the personal effects inside. I guess the rest of the family has sort of gone through it already and sort of taken what they want, but we're really going to be looking for, like, you know, photo albums or any sort of personal effects that could have been missed. So yeah, it'll be a interesting video, I guess. So yeah, I'll take you for a tour of the house once we get out there. So these next few clips that you see here, they were taken the day after the fire, just by my dad walking through. I was actually working up at the lake at that time, so I didn't get to come home for a few more days. But yeah, that's just sort of my dad's perspective of what he first saw when he walked in the house. Nobody really knew what the extent of the fire was quite yet.
Okay, it is May 20th. But the night of May 19th, around 11 o'clock, Mom phoned me saying that there was smoke in the house. And I called the fire department right away. And we got out here. And this little dish, or this plug, had started on fire. This plug was somewhere in here, and it had started on fire, and it started burning into the house, down into the basement, and in the floor joist. So they had to smash the front window. I blocked it up, but I'll just go inside and kind of give you an idea of what it looks like. So there's a severe amount of water damage. Just be careful, Mom, not to... Okay. I covered up that hole. So, but it's just really bad. You can just even taste it in here, hey? Like the smoke. Now this area is probably... not too bad, eh?
This is just smoke. Here, see?
Oh, yeah.
From the furnace.
From the furnace, yeah. So do you want me to turn the furnace on?
Yeah, that might be good. And put the power on, and I'll be okay.
Yeah, it's just... see, the smoke damage is just so bad in here. Oh yeah, no power. I'm gonna go try to turn the power on. But yeah, that's just bad. Try to keep Mom away from the dangerous spots. There's just water damage everywhere. Just gonna throw this out for now. Go downstairs. Oh yeah, I won't even be able to see. Oh wow. Oh my God. I can't even see. So I don't know if you can see. You can probably see a little bit of this, but I am not going to turn the power back on. This is totally destroyed. Every joist in here. It's probably not even safe to walk around upstairs. This is totally totally gone. Wow. Yeah, there's no point turning anything back on here. This, all the wiring would be completely shot. Yeah, I'm not gonna turn anything back on. Yeah, it would just burn the rest of the, oh yeah, like the wiring's completely gone. Yeah, there's no way we could disconnect the house and get maybe farm power back, but I am not turning this back on. It's worse than I thought. This is the complete loss. Sad to say, but it is. Yeah, there's nothing salvageable here, unfortunately. And it just, I can't smell, and it frickin' is strong. Like, it's bad. Oh well. Kind of sad to see the old farmhouse is gone. Wow. Holy shit. Yeah, it's just look at that. Oh my god. Okay, well, is what it is, right?
So here we are out at the farm, and I'll just take you for a little walk through of the house. On the outside, you really can't even tell that anything happened. But take a look inside. Now this is sort of where you can see smoke damage and stuff. I mean, realistically, the upstairs isn't even that bad. Like, you probably, on video, you probably couldn't even really tell. It just looks like an old farmhouse. But yeah, you can see sort of the registers there where it burnt, the electrical, something. It was an electrical fire, so something went wonky with all the electrical. A bit of smoke damage there. The addition is probably the cleanest room. We're gonna try and get that hot tub out of here today, and all this stained glass I'm gonna keep. I'm gonna try and get as much as I can out of here. Probably all the windows, actually. No sense in them just getting smashed. They're still, good windows for a shed or something. Even all the aluminum windows. Yeah, and then try and, like, these lamps are nice, yeah, to keep those. This is where they had to cut a hole in the floor, so it's just sort of patched up right now. And then I'll show you back here. This is where the fire sort of started to burn through the basement. There was a plug there, and it started burning outside. That's where the flames were sort of first visible after the house filled up with smoke. And then over here really isn't bad at all. Seems like this area didn't even really get smoke damage. Like, I can't even really smell it in here. I guess it did a little bit, but the windows have been open in here all summer, so the smell really isn't that bad anymore. But most of the stuff is sort of cleaned out of here that everyone wants, but we'll just sort of go through again. Like, we'll take the kitchen table and stuff, like, that's all good yet. Just grab one of these flashlights. That's not very bright. Let me turn mine. There we go, the brighter light. So yeah, this is going into the basement from the entryway here. And that's where you can see, this is where the fire damage is really noticeable. Yeah, so the fire started, according to the fire inspector, right where they cut the hole in the floor. There was like a light socket there, and they had aluminum wire tied to copper wire. And just over time, like over several years or whatever, it heated up and dried out all the wood and just slowly started smoldering, because there was really no flames with this fire. Like when the fire department came downstairs here and started ripping the ceiling down, they said that all the floor joists were just glowing. So there was really no actual flame other than when it started getting oxygen outside there. So this fire could have been smoldering down here for weeks and nobody knew about it. But yeah, then it burnt through. Yeah, that's where it burnt through to the outside. But yeah, this room got it pretty bad. But even down here, like the smell really isn't that bad anymore. When I first came down here, it was pretty bad. But yeah, I mean, there's not, I mean, like, you know, stuff like that I'll obviously keep. Roll of Teflon tape in there, that's always comes in handy. Everything in this pile's pretty much garbage. It kind of all got burnt, but air tank. Yeah, and then there's a bunch of tools and stuff in those drawers too. So yeah, we'll just sort of go through everything. I'll try and make it quick, just walking through the house, because it's probably not all that interesting to anyone other than me. There's still quite a bit of good food in here yet. Probably sort of go through that and see what we want. But yeah, that's pretty much the extent of the house. I mean, in my opinion, this could be fixed. I don't know what you guys think. Definitely a waste of a house in my opinion, and rather than just me saying I could fix it, I'll sort of tell you how I would do it. Throw a bottle jack under the mud sill and the wall, jack it up a little bit, take each joist out, put a new one in, put a temporary beam support, replace the main beam. Like, I'm sure it sounds easier said than done, but really it's not that hard. Like, these joists aren't damaged at all. Like, it's really only this section under here, which is under the kitchen and living room. So you take that partition wall down. I mean, obviously the whole house would need to be gutted anyways. Like, you'd need to take it right down to the studs, but that would still be a lot cheaper than building a new house. Yeah, because really this partition here is all you'd have to take out, and then just rip all this floor out and reframe it. But anyways, let's get to going through some of this stuff. So the first thing that I want to do to make this a little easier is just rip this right off, get this railing off. That way I can back the dump trailer up here and we can just start hauling stuff out. So I'll get to do So I'm sort of just cleaning a spot off the deck here. I just put a pallet on the forks and then I'm just setting stuff on there. This door has to come out for the hot tub to get out because that's how it was put in before this door was in. So yeah, I'll get everything sorted out of the way, take the siding off so we can get to the flange, take the door out, and then rescue the hot tub. Looks like the soffit was sort of built around the door, so we might have to rip some soffit down, but that's all right. I'll get the rest of this cleaned up. Now, I really didn't have time to film a lot today, but we were busy. Got a lot of doors and windows out. Still have those ones left to do, but yeah, back doors out, kitchen window, everything in the addition is out safely. Haven't broke anything yet. This door was quite the challenge, but yeah, got the hot tub out of here. So yeah, it was a good day. Now I'm just starting on the back side of the house, taking the cedar off. It's coming not bad. Just stick the bar under there and sort of gently work it. But yeah, we're getting decent pieces anyways. So just a quick walk around in the house here now that the asbestos crew is in. They got the basement completely taped off. All the cabinets torn out. This is their little decontamination stage here. And yeah, this house sure looks different. Don't even recognize it really. And then yeah, they'll rip all the drywall and looks like they just score it in sections like that, and then they can bag it, I assume. They already got a start here. So yeah, we're gonna have a lot of studs. I'm not sure what's going on here. Probably cabinet backing, I'm guessing. Got them notched in. Beautiful studs there. So yeah, we'll take all the interior walls once they're done in here. All right, so we're back out at the farm here now. The asbestos crew has been in and out of here. Teardown is scheduled for a few days from now. And we finally got the go ahead to come back in here because all the asbestos work is done. And yeah, they got all the drywall out. It's just crazy how small it seems in here. Took all the insulation out of the walls, which I was kind of assuming that they would. Lots of copper in here yet. Take all this for sure. But yeah, there's lots of good like 2x6 studs, tons of 2x4. Everything had stuff notched into it. I'm not sure why, what the purpose of that would be. Maybe the drywall in here was that old gyp lath, I think they called it. It was like 2x4 sheets. Maybe they had that on there to nail to or whatever. But yeah, they got the manufacturer on those trusses. Looks like there was a wall there that they took down. Must have just been like a 2x2 wall or something. Just a little one. There mustn't have been any asbestos in this linoleum because they never took any of it. They took the carpet on top of it though, which is kind of odd. All these rooms had carpet in them. Yeah, it's just crazy how small the house seems. Yeah, it looks like there'll be some chimney left there too to take. Some of it's all beat up. I'm not sure what happened there, but few good lengths at least. That should be enough for what I need. I wonder if we can salvage any of these bottom cords from the trusses. It's not really a good idea to take trusses down, but if you take every other one, you know, it's not going to collapse. But it looks like there's some decent bottom cords in there. And in the addition, they didn't do anything in here because this was added on in about 2005 or 6 or so. I can't really remember. But there'd be no asbestos in here. And then there is a bit of a junk pile out there with just cabinets and stuff like that. Probably take some of that and just burn it. Let's go downstairs. Wonder why they didn't take this drywall. I guess they took the mud off of it. That's what had asbestos. Oh yeah, and they got all the tiles and everything out of here. Jeez, it smells really clean. Apparently they sprayed something like on the walls and stuff, like an anti-asbestos thing or whatever. But yeah, I can't smell smoke at all in here. Wow, they got this room right cleaned out. Bunch of shelving they took out of there. Yeah, you can't even smell smoke at all. That's crazy. Let's go in the... Yeah, even in here, I can't hardly smell anything. Yeah, that really is a shame that they have to tear this down because it's in perfectly, you know, perfect condition to be renovated right now. All you have to do is take out this area of the floor and replace it. And you'd have a perfectly good house. But, all right, well, I better not waste any more time videotaping and get to work so we can get some good lumber. Quick walk through at the farm now. All the asbestos crews out of here. It's crazy how small this house seems now without any drywall in it. They got the attic completely cleaned out. Everything down here. There's gonna be lots of good 2x4s in here for us. I don't even know how many. Hundreds, I'd say. And then the basement, they really didn't do anything besides just sort of clean it, scrape all the tiles off, because there was no asbestos down here really. Like, this is all just wood. But yeah, it doesn't even smell like smoke down here anymore. It's crazy. They left some of this stuff, like a deep freeze or whatever, but all right, I guess we'll get to work. So this is like the first hour that I've been out here. I got all these walls down so far, so I don't think this is gonna be too bad. We got, I don't know what, 4 days to do this, so I'm sure we'll have all this interior stuff done tomorrow, no problem. And then I'll probably, you know, take the chimneys or whatever, get the copper. And then, yeah, I'd like to, if I can get some of the exterior studs, like maybe take every other one or something. This sheathing is all stapled though, so I don't know how much of a pain that would be, but we can deal with that tomorrow and see. But yeah, it's very cold in here. It was like minus 30 this morning. It warmed up a little bit, but yeah, I'm gonna take off for the day and be back tomorrow. So we're back here today. Garrett should be coming to help here any minute. But yeah, I'm just gonna keep working on the walls and I'm gonna set you guys up on the tripod for a time lapse. Okay, so now we've got all our interior walls down, and what we're working on now is this, what used to be an exterior wall. We're gonna take that down. These end walls don't provide any real structural value anyways. We'll probably take that one out at the very end too. Just wait till the very end, because the only thing that could really happen is if the wind really got up or something, the house could tip either way. But this one, as it stands now with the addition on the other side of it, provides no structural value anyways. So here it's just ripping drywall off, and then we'll have a few good sheets of plywood. And what I'm working on is getting the vinyl siding off of this side of the wall here. It's so cold out, it just shreds. But this stuff, I would have kept it, but it's pretty old and it's all hail damaged anyways. Pretty well every piece has a little ding in it or whatever, so it's just not worth it. I'm just gonna rip it off, and then we'll be able to take the plywood and then take the studs, but we'll wait on that until Tuesday probably. All right, so I sort of had another idea here. We are gonna try to take these trusses. We've really only got 2.5 more days to do this, but it really shouldn't be that hard. All we got to do is rip the shingles. The sheathing rips really easy, and then we'll be able to take all the walls. I got a little bit of that wall disassembled, but yeah, this is just too easy, and the plywood is in really nice shape. So yeah, these trusses would be useful if I ever wanted to build another shop or something out here, because trusses are just so expensive nowadays, so it'd be a shame for them to just get smashed. All right, so it's the end of the day here. It's getting dark. Garrett had to take off a little earlier, but I stayed till dark, and this is what we got done on the first afternoon of me having the idea to save the whole house. I got that idea at about 2 o'clock, and it's 5 now, so, well, almost 6. So this is 4 hours of work, so I don't think it's gonna take us very long at all to get this whole house down. We're gonna leave the addition just because it's got all the drywall inside, and there's so many windows and it's so cut up. The sheets of plywood you'd get or OSB, they wouldn't be full sheets, they'd all have holes in them, and there wouldn't be very many full 2x6. So yeah, we're just gonna leave that. We just stopped at that roof, and I'd like those trusses too, but they're homemade trusses. These are engineered ones, so they're slightly different. To be honest, this is the best addition I've ever seen in terms of, roof line connection, but they still wouldn't be exact. Down there, you can just barely see a slight difference. And I don't know how they're fastened. They're probably fastened a lot better than this stuff, so I'm sure they'd just blow apart. But yeah, we'll get the rest of the plywood down tomorrow. I'll leave this top ribbon thing on just so the trusses don't blow over. Be careful walking on the trusses, but yeah, then we'll just peel that back or cut it or whatever as we're going. I got the skid steer in the shop, so I'm gonna take it home tonight and grab my jib, and then we'll be able to boom out, hook onto the truss and go lift it. I don't know where to set them. Maybe over there. I don't know. I'll have to plow some snow and think about it. But whatever the case, we'll just try and get it all down. And yeah, then we can sort it all out later. Okay, so we got all the sheathing off the roof now. And it's time to take the gable end down. I hope you can see worried that this wall might come with it, so we're just gonna go slow and sort of see what happens here. One gable end down. That came perfectly. Didn't even phase that wall. Some of this plywood on here I'd actually like to keep if I can get it off. I was trying and there was just too many nails, but it'll be easier to work on the ground like this. It's really not even that heavy. Not a whole lot of material there, but okay, I'll move this over there or something just so I can get the skid steer right up here, and then we can start picking trusses from this angle first, because I can't really get very close over there because of those lilacs. But then we can start going on the side of the house and just booming that way. But yeah, I'll start grabbing trusses, I guess. So we're making really good progress here. I'd say we're half done the trusses. We found it just sort of easier kind of once we got past this pile of garbage and closer to the door to just flip them down and walk them right out. Just use a 2x4 to prop the top up and lower it slowly. There's a pile of trusses out there. And then there's another pile. You can't really see on that side of the dumpster, but and then yeah, so that's pretty well what we got done today. We should have the rest of the trusses down tomorrow morning, I'm thinking. This all went relatively quickly. And then yeah, just lots of plywood that we'll have to clean up. Shingles can stay right there because the excavator will just clean it all up. More sheets of plywood. These were the bottom sheets. These ones are kind of garbage, but like in behind there's some really solid sheets yet. And yeah, more trusses. So it's going good so far. So we're back here today. I'm just working on getting this end wall. I'm just waiting for Garrett to come out. I'm not sure when he plans on showing up, but once he comes, then we can keep doing trusses. I just can't really do them by myself. But yeah, in the meantime, I'll work on getting this end wall down, and I could probably even take some of the side walls. Like, they're just done in sections, right? So take this bedroom out, take the master bedroom out, and then just sort of keep working. But yeah, we got enough trusses further back that, you know, the majority of the strength of the building is tied in over there, so we won't have any issues with it tipping or nothing if I take a couple of these out. But yeah, like even as it is now, it's like there's no sheathing on this anymore, and I can't even really budge it. So yeah, I'll keep going here. Okay, so we're just taking the walls down in sections here. Garrett just cut the joint. Like, the walls are built in these sections, but it's sheathed all the way across, so we just cut the sheathing. And then I will put a little bit of tension just have wall sections and I'll go stack them somewhere else. That way it'll be quite easy if I want to rebuild this house, where you'll just be able to set the walls. They'll be all prefabbed. If you remember the passive house series that we did, this is basically the reverse of how we set the walls. We're just taking them down in these sections now. So we're just finishing up here for the day. I was just kind of looking down here. I don't know if I showed this in a different clip or not, but this is the cistern. And when I first opened it up the other day, like I was just hit with a wall of warm air. But it's been sitting open for a couple days now, and you stick your hand in there and it's still warm. And it's -17 outside right now. It's pretty cold down here. Like, it's definitely warmer down here than it is upstairs, but that's crazy that, like, I would have thought that that would freeze or whatever, because like septic tanks and stuff freeze, but I guess that sort of stays. But I mean, I guess it is only early December. It could take a while. But now what I thought was sort of cool is, it kind of caught me off guard. I was down here and then you walk up and there's just nothing. Like, you just walk up into the outside. So yeah, we got the front walls down, and then we'll just have, what is it, three back sections of wall. So that should go fairly quickly tomorrow. We just won't be able to get the skid steer back there, I don't think. So we'll just kind of have to manhandle them up to the front, I guess. But yeah, it's going good. So back on our final day. This is Tuesday. They come tomorrow to tear the house down, or what's left of it at least. But it's very cold today, so I probably won't be doing much video. It's -41, I think, with the wind chill. So we got the deck cleaned off. We're just gonna tip these over and then just drag them across so I can sling them that way. And then we'll take the studs out of this wall. I don't think we're gonna bother trying to take the plywood. I don't even think we'd get a full sheet. There's too many holes and stuff notched in it, but we'll just pull the studs from this side. That's easy enough. Leave like the two end ones or whatever so that gable end doesn't come crashing down. And then yeah, we'll be on to just clean up on the perimeter. Alright, so final walk around before the demolition. We were able to get everything we want, pretty much. Got all the studs out of that wall. And yeah, pretty well got everything cleaned up around the perimeter that I want. I'll probably pick a few more pieces, but yeah, that's pretty well it. I will be out here tomorrow morning for the demolition. All right, so I got out here a little bit late. They must have been out here really early. House is gone already, so didn't get much video of that, but we'll do a little bit of a walk around. All cleaned up. Yeah, that didn't take them long at all. Getting that tar paper out of the way. Just got done taking some drone shots. It's pretty cold today for the drone to fly, but it looks like they're sort of just cleaning all the garbage out of the basement first, and then I'm sure they'll start knocking the rest of the concrete out. You can see the cellar in the cooler room there. And the cistern is over in that corner, so it'll be interesting to see how they deal with that. But it doesn't look like this is their first time, so I'm sure they got a plan. I can't believe how quickly they did this. I got out here at maybe 9:30 or so, and the house was already down. I mean, there wasn't much to really take down, probably just push the addition over, and that was it. Cave the floor in. Looks like they're separating the concrete from the wood. This stuff's all going to Kindersley, the guy told me. Would have been nice to be able to save some of the wood from the basement. We just didn't have time. Okay, I'm getting cold. I'm gonna go sit back in the shop. So they discovered the septic tank here. So that's all good. It goes down a long ways. So yeah, we want to keep that here and not get rid of it. But they still got a little ways to go. The cistern will be just over there. Looks like they got the cistern uncovered. I hope he knows that the concrete is like over top of it. He'd probably fall through with the weight of that machine. Yeah, you can hear how hollow it is down there. Almost looks like he's trying to push it in. Yeah, and there's still a bunch of water down there. I didn't know if they were gonna pump it out or what, but it'd be interesting to see. I haven't got a chance to talk to this guy yet, so. Alright, so I just talked to him. He's gonna take that storm door. Pretty good operator if he can pick that up without breaking the glass. There we go. Thing just fell apart. Okay, my hand is getting pretty cold here. have to reach it. Okay, so I just talked to him about the cistern, and he knows what to do with it. He's aware that it's there and everything. He was just sort of confused about the septic tank and the cellar and the cistern, so I just cleared all that information up. Yeah, it looks like that foundation is coming out no problem. Okay, so they're just bringing in backfill now after lunch here. Yeah, this is all going really quick. They'll be out of here today, no problem. Probably in about an hour or so, actually. I like the method for helping the dirt out. He's just trying to get it loose. I'd be afraid of caving that ram over. Thing's wobbling pretty good. So back out at the farm the next day here, and they are all wrapped up. They would have wrapped up yesterday, I'm sure, but everything's all filled in nicely. I mean, as nice as you can get in the winter. Dirt's gonna be clumpy and frozen, but yeah, there's the septic tank. Everything looks good there. And then, yeah, I wonder, there might even still be some copper under here, who knows. All the copper was sort of right in this area, but it just got all walked on and frozen into the ice. But yeah, our pile's there still. I'll have to come just sort of smooth this out with the skid steer in the springtime when it all thaws. This is where the cistern was over here. Doesn't look too soupy or anything. A little bit more frozen here. But yeah, that's the end of it. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed that video. I got some projects planned for that wood that we salvaged, so that'll be exciting. So thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you in the next one.